When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, make we talk, my people, make we talk. When this town becomes an ugly place, don't let it erase the smile from your face. Make we talk, people, make we talk. Conversation is the key, a guiding light for you and me. Spark a talk and you will see. Conflict solver A to Z. World leaders master the art of self-defense just by talk. So people, make we talk. Hey, we let. When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, make we talk, my people, make we talk. When this town becomes an ugly.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning. We're listening, watching from around the world in the Eastern Caribbean. Welcome to Make We Talk. I want to say to all my viewers and subscribers, I have not been on for a while because man, I have so many things to do. I have so many things to do, So you won't be seeing me as regular as I should, but I will try and come on as often as I can. This morning, we're going to speak about the Integrity Commission. Dan Jackson Miller did a series about the Integrity Commission report. And this morning, something caught my eyes in what she did. And I decided to share it with you guys. But before we do that, I want you to realize something. New York Mayor, the sitting mayor, Mayor Adams, Eric Adams, is facing criminal charges, indictment. And they're calling for him to step down. Now, the American judicial system is different from the Jamaican judicial system. I hope you all are hearing me clearly. Let me see something here. Yes. Andrea, you hear me clearly? Welcome. Well, the weather so far, Andrea, is it's on and off rain. It is supposed to hit certain parts of Florida by midnight tonight, I think. I haven't been following the news of such. I'm gonna start following it as I come off because I won't be staying long with you guys. But I just want you to know something here. That Mayor Eric Adams is on the indictment. And it's clear in New York. Okay. Clear in he's on the indictment. And the funniest thing, they're calling on him to step down and he refused to step down. He's the first sitting New York mayor to be facing an indictment and still sit as mayor. The governor of New York has the right and the power to remove Mayor Adams. But a series of corruption going on in Mayor Adams' office that prompted a lot of people to resign. As I said to you before, the system in Jamaica is totally different. We have a corrupt judicial system. Now, I not apologize for what I'm saying. We have a corrupt judicial system. And until we as Jamaicans stand up, and when we are voting, we must vote and let the government know whatever party you're voting for. It's not only promises they must promise us from 1935 until now. They have been promising a better way of life. a better way of life for Jamaican people. We're 62 years, 60, how much years old? Whatever, how old we are, 63, 64, I don't remember, or 62. Majority of Jamaicans haven't seen a better way of life. And when you have a prime minister who has 28 bank accounts, and we're not hearing what we need to hear as Jamaican citizens. Thank you, 62 years old. And in our entire year of 62 years of independence, this country has been plagued with a lot of corruption. And we sit down in this country. It amazes me when you hear Jamaicans from all walks of life leave the PM alone. As I normally say on this program, in which modern democracy a prime minister is under investigation. They reported he has 28 bank accounts and he still represents Jamaica. I see wherein a lot of people are saying they stand by him. Are they saying they stand by the level of corruption in this country? The level of nepotism and cronyism in this country? That's what they're saying they're standing by. And Jamaica doesn't have an integrity to protect. Only the Prime Minister have an integrity to protect. In which modern democracy you can hear you open a bank account without any money? The Prime Minister of Jamaica open a bank account. Open a bank account at the NCB Bank with not one red cent in it. Which Jamaican citizen can do that at NCB Bank? No one. Hold on for me, please. Don't go anywhere. Hold on for me, please. Yes. Which Jamaican citizen can go to any financial institution in Jamaica and open a bank account with not even a dollar in it? You know, I was hoping that I could do a in-depth, a very in-depth hold on for me. A very in-depth reporting this morning. But I'm on the people them job. Yes, me finally find a job according to some owner. Had a job long time. Bloody idiot. Anyway, and I was hoping I could do an in-depth reporting on this morning. Let's see if I can find a video that I really want to make everybody. Maybe I can make you hear it or something. I can make you hear because making a sense. I try and upload this video now.
Was the one where the account was opened at NCB. It was open. And I didn't know you could open an account with no.
Hold on. Let me see if I can. Audio, yes. I'm going to play something here for you.
Now, the other transaction which concerned me was the one where the account was opened at NCB. Mm-hmm. It was opened with no money in it. And I didn't know you could open an account with no money in it. A couple of days later, there was a deposit of a little over $143,000, which came from SSL. And in the context of the discussions which we have been having about SSL, I believe that the Prime Minister needs to address this and explain how and why that money came into his account from SSL. It was deeply concerning to me, and I'm sure that it must be deeply concerning to all the people who not only lost money, but know people who lost money. And you know, the number one concern is what happened to borrowed money. Now, the other transaction.
Now, tell me something now. I wanted to play the video, but I have to play the audio. It's, Opposition Senator Donna Scott Motley, who's an attorney at law, opposition spokesperson on justice. He got money put in his account from SSL. He opened a bank account at NCB Bank, owned by Lee Chin. Mr. Chin. Anybody from Coronation Market can open a bank account at your bank, sir, without any money in there, sir? It's alleged. Damn alleged. It is in the report. Anybody who lives below Crossroad can open a bank account without any money, Mr. Leachin. Michael Leachin. Can I come to your bank, sir, and open an account without any money in there, sir? Can Jeffrey Tavares approach NCB Bank in Halfway Tree and open a bank account, sir, without any money in there? Ladies and gentlemen, people on this platform here, our nation is in serious crisis, but I want you to listen to what, and I'll tell you something, you know, everybody's talking about the FID. The IC sent something to FID. The question that we must ask ourselves, who is in charge of the FID? Who is in charge of the FID? Who the FID answer to? The Ministry of Finance is in charge of the FID, and the FID answer to the Minister of Finance and to the Prime Minister of Jamaica. Isn't it a conflict of interest? That's my opening summary this morning. I want you to listen to what Diane Jackson Miller said on her platform, though. That opened my eyes. I think it's page 60 something she is. And I want you to listen to what Diane Jackson Miller, how she break down everything, and listen to her carefully. I wish I could stay with you guys longer, but I can't. I want you to listen to this first, though.
I said, today I'm picking up at page 64 of this 171-page report. Now, the Director of Investigation has been looking at Mr. Holness's assets as well as assets of companies associated with him, in particular in this section, a company called Imperium, which is wholly owned by Mr. Holness. And here is a table summarizing the assets and liabilities of Imperium based on financial statements for the years 2021 and 2022. I'll take you to total assets in 2022, $274.3 million, and then to net assets, which in 2021 total $201.7 million, and in 2022, $221.7 million. Here's a section on residential property. The report says that on August 31, 2023, the Director of Investigation asked Mr. Holness to give them a written explanation about certain questions in relation to Mr. Holness's assets, specifically those held as business assets. So Mr. Holness responded on September 29, 2023. And also included a letter dated March 6, 2023, which had been sent to the chairman of the Integrity Commission, which said there was a detailed breakdown, including description of property, plant, and equipment. It goes on to say the asset described under the heading Property, Plant and Equipment is a residential home at 1 Shenstone Drive. This property was transferred from ADMAT to Imperium, and the transfer reported in my 2021 statutory declarations. The Prime Minister's letter went on to say that he had attached an updated financial statement for Imperium with additional notes and explanations. The report says an examination of the audited financial statements provided by Mr. Holness and Imperium's auditors for 2021 indicates ownership of residential property of undepreciated value of $86.3 million.
That means, hold on there for me. That means it seems as if it's the house that he has in Beverly Hills. You see how much for it? $80-something million. Listen to some more of what Ms. Jackson Miller is saying.
A similar representation was found in the Imperium's audited financial statements for 2022. The director says that this information was confirmed by evidence from the National Land Agency. The property was registered in the name Imperium Investments Holding Limited on November 10, 2021. That property had been transferred from ADMAT by way of gift.
Transfer from ADMAT. Remember that ADMAT is owned, well, it used to be owned by the Prime Minister of Jamaica and his 2 sons. And it was registered in St. Lucia. They disbanded the one in St. Lucia. They disbanded the one in St. Lucia. And he opened a different one. Listen to what Dan Jackson Miller is saying here. It's very interesting reporting.
ADMAT, just as a reminder, is the company that had been set up based in St. Lucia that had been wound up, Mr. Holness said, and its assets transferred to Imperium. The report says that the director tried to get more information on the assets which had been transferred from ADMAT. This was a response that came from Mr. Holness on September 29, 2023. So the question was, what liquidity of financial assets, if any, was transferred from ADMAT to Imperium and Estate Bridge? Estate Bridge is another company associated with Mr. Holness. The answer was this. In 2008, ADMAT purchased a $100,000 global bond. This was held through Stocks and Security Limited and reported, Mr. Holness said, on his statutory declaration.
You hear? $150-something thousand US bond. A prime minister who opened a bank account at NCB Bank with not 1 red cent, not even a dollar. Not even a dollar. To open a bank account at National Commercial Bank. It's in the report. Not even a dollar at NCB Bank. Not 1 red cent. You don't know why I tell you all the time? I can cut this thing for a minute. We're not go back to it. Going right back to it. You all know why I tell you all the time that I don't want any order of old donkey, any order of old jackass, any cow donkey, or any of those orders that they're giving out. And I will not apologize for what I'm saying. The award that they're giving out to majority of Jamaicans, there are some Jamaicans who are deserving of it. And some who is getting it, that I'm very happy for them. But let me make it clear, there are some Jamaicans who don't deserve it. For far too long, they've been giving criminals and sex offenders and human traffickers the order of this and the order of that. The order of this and the order of that. Read between the lines why I said this. Let's go back to Diane Jackson Miller. Listen to what she's saying.
Declaration since then, meaning since 2008. He says the bond makes coupon payments twice a year, in March and in September. The bond was sold in September 2021 after the final coupon payment for that year was received. The total proceeds from the sale of the bond and the coupon payment was $143,000 US.
143,000 US dollars. Calculate that in Jamaican currency for me, Andrew, and let me know. The Jamaican exchange rate is 157 or 58, I think. My producer, Andrea, calculate 143.030.59 into Jamaican currency. Listen to some more what she's saying.
Mr. Holness said it should be noted that ADMAT is a private company in which I had controlling interest. It did not operate a bank account. Therefore, the
Hold on there. It's a private company and did not operate a bank account. A private company. Where's head boy? And did not operate a bank account.
proceeds from the sale of the bond and coupon payment were transferred to his NCB US dollar personal savings account. And then from that account, the sum of 142,000 US dollars was then transferred to
The same account that was open with not one red cent in it. The money was transferred, 142,000 US dollars was transferred to his NCB account. Listen to some what Dan Jackson Miller is saying.
Imperium's US dollar savings account. He includes here a table that goes through transfers from various accounts. The director says, having regard to Mr. Holness's explanation, the director conducted inquiries into the bank accounts. He says the evidence shows that 143,000 US dollars was deposited to Mr. Holness's NCB account from Stocks and Security on September 27, 2021. The report says the evidence shows that on October 29, 2021, 142,000 US dollars was transferred from Mr. Holness's NCB account. And on the same date, a deposit of the same amount showed up in Imperium's NCB US dollar savings account. The direct.
Hold on. The evidence found show that October 29th, 2021, 142,000 US dollars was transferred from the Prime Minister of Jamaica, Michael Andrew Holness, NCB account. And that same amount show up in a different account of $143,000 was shown up. Listen to some more here.
Director says Mr. Holness's NCB account was opened on September 17, 2021, and then it had a zero balance up to September.
Can somebody tell me when did we have the pandemic, the coronavirus pandemic? When did we have that pandemic? I'm getting somewhere here. Meanwhile, we're going through the whole pandemic era. The Jamaican Prime Minister was busy making money and transferring money from all over the place.
September 27, 2021, when the deposit of 143,000 US dollars was made by SSL. Imperium's.
Hold on there. Want to hear this? Balance up to September 2022 from a deposit of US 143,000 US dollars was made by who? Stocks and Security Limited. Do you all remember when the former Speaker of the House of the United States House of Representatives, there was something going on where they said that some in-trader thing went on, but for some unknown reason, the lady get over it. But do you remember that there's a different thing here? Insider trading, where somebody knew XQYZ and pull their stocks or sell their stocks. How is it that SSL did not tell anybody else what was going on with SSL? How is it that SSL see it fit to deposit that amount of money into the Prime Minister's account, but they didn't see it fit to call in Hussein Bolt and say to Mr. Bolt, we're going to deposit back your money in your account because the company is going under? I don't understand. Listen to some more of Dan Jackson, because what Dan Jackson Miller is trying to say to you, she's on page 64 of the Integrity Commission report. Listen to what she's saying. An attorney at law, Dan Jackson Miller. Listen to what she's saying.
NCB US dollar savings account was opened on November 5, 2020. That's a year before, with an opening balance of $250 US. Before the deposit of 143,000 US dollars, Imperium's NCB account, that's the NCB US dollar savings account, had a balance of $28 US. And just as a note, in case you're not actively looking at the copies of the report, the pages of the report that I'm putting up on the screen, just for information, I'm rounding off all the numbers just to make it a little bit easier to say and a little bit easier to understand the figures, but the actual figures you can see on the pages that I'm putting on the screen. The director said further inquiries showed that between November 4 and December 14, 2021, the funds in Imperium's NCB US dollar savings account, except for $27 US, were converted to Jamaican dollars and then transferred in tranches to Imperium's NCB Jamaican dollar account. If you're getting a little bit lost in accounts here, let me just recap this for you very quickly. So in 2008, the St. Lucian-based company ADMAT had bought a global bond. The bond was sold in 2021, and the proceeds of that sale were transferred to Mr. Holness's personal savings account, which is held in US dollars. The majority of that amount was then transferred to Imperium's US dollar savings account. The report goes on to say that Imperium's NCB Jamaican dollar account was opened on November 5, 2020, with an opening balance of $100,000 deposited by Mr. Holness. Then the report looks at the account over the period November 5, 2020 to December 2022. And that is a table that you're looking at here, deposits and withdrawals in relation to the NCB Jamaican dollar savings account. And that is the account that belongs to Imperium. So in 2020, $6.8 million was deposited into the account. About $370,000 was withdrawn. These are Jamaican dollars. At the end of the year, the balance in the account was $6.4 million. In 2021, $120.9 million was deposited into the account. $126.1 million was withdrawn, leaving a year-end balance of $208,000.
Boy, this a PM, yeah. In busy. Prime Minister Holness, you're a very busy man. Listen to some more of what Ms. Diane Jackson Miller is saying.
In 2022, 33.3 million was deposited into the account and 29.9 million withdrawn, leaving a year-end balance of about $3.6 million. The report then goes on to say, as can be seen in the table, the end-of-year balances for the years 2021 and 2022 are significantly lower than the amounts deposited in the account throughout the year. The report says this is significant because short of the declarant submitting or the commission itself obtaining bank statements, the commission would be unaware of the totality of the funds deposited in the referenced account. More particularly, the commission would not know the extent of Imperium, and they have in brackets Mr. Holness's financial assets, without obtaining further information. The report then says, when you look at the Integrity Commission Act, which requires declarants, people who are sending in their statutory declaration, that is a declarant. So the act which requires declarants to provide particulars of assets held in bank accounts, the director notes the following. 1, declarants are only required to provide bank balances for funds held in bank accounts at the close of the statutory declaration period, that is December 31 every year.
Hold on there for me. I hope you all can hear me clearly. Hold on there for me. I need to say something here. You know what I realize? And some people are going to be vexed with me. Because if you do the political history in this country, Jamaica's corruption didn't start yesterday. And over the years, the two political parties have set up commission of this and inquiry of that and all sorts of shebang. It cannot be that we have an integrity commission who get billions of dollars a year to run the office, and not one single person is dragged before the courts in our country. You are referring, and yesterday, tonight I come back on air tonight with something, you know. Come back on air tonight with something. It cannot be. The Holness administration helped to set up the Integrity Commission report. And then what you're seeing is that all of them, every single one of them now, is coming down hard on the Integrity Commission. What this idiot on this platform is talking about? Well, it takes a lot of money to free cartel. Which money is to free cartel? Go and read. Go and read. Read and have some understanding. This is some more of what Diane Jackson Miller is saying.
To the commission's ability to, on the face of the form, accurately determine declarants' total assets held in bank accounts. So what this particular paragraph is saying is that the law doesn't require obtaining further information. The report then says, when you look at the Integrity Commission Act, which requires declarants, people who are sending in their statutory declaration, that is a declarant. So the act which requires declarants to provide particulars of assets held in bank accounts, the director notes the following. 1, Declarants are only required to provide bank balances for funds held in bank accounts at the close of the statutory declaration period, that is December 31 every year. And 2, the submission of bank statements by declarants is optional. The foregoing, says the report, poses a significant limitation to the Commission's ability to, on the face of the form, accurately determine declarants' total assets held in bank accounts. So what this particular paragraph is saying is that the law doesn't require a submission of the statement of an account so that you can look and say what happened in the account throughout the year. In other words, all the money that went in, all the money that went out. What the law says is that at the end of the year, you must say how much money is in the account at the end of the year. And the director is saying this limits the extent to which the Commission can accurately determine the total assets that the particular declarant holds in bank accounts. Going on, the director says he observed in the account activities of Imperium transactions among accounts owned by Imperium and 2 other companies with which Mr. Holness is affiliated, namely Estate Bridge and Positive Media Solutions. He then goes into some of the interactions between those companies. So I'm going to leave it there for today.
There you have it. A summary done by Dan Jackson Miller. Listen, don't listen to those idiots on the platform talking about cartel and money and all kind of stupidness. Obviously, that person is an ignoramus fool. There you have it. You know, when I start the program, I said to you all, that's why corruption can't stop in Jamaica. And will never stop in Jamaica. All when me gone. All when me gone. The corruption will continue in this country. One thing I know. And if you all read the report, it talks about Citibank. And Citibank is an American bank. It's an American bank. Any money went through the American banking system. Any money went through the American banking system, and for the love of God, I don't understand we Jamaicans. I don't understand we Jamaicans. I really don't. We don't read the report, yet we're talking. We've never seen a copy of the report, yet we're talking. And for those who has read the report and come out and talk about the report, they dubbed us as a PNP propagandist. When will all of this stop in our country? When the level of corruption will stop? The People's National Party have their level of corruption too. Go and do your research. You will see it. In the 1990s, Jamaica has a level of corruption led by P.J. Patterson. But this one surpassed everything. And all of us need to wake up in this country. Every one of us. We can't have a head of state, a head of the nation, that has 28 bank accounts. 28? Yes, Andrew, I know about the Citibank uptown. I get into something here. 28 bank accounts. I agree with you. The Integrity Commission lack integrity. What sense does it make with our integrity commission? And you can't charge anybody until now? And you're referring it to the FID? Who the FID answer to? Who does the person in the Ministry of Finance answer to? The Prime Minister of Jamaica. May God help this country. I'm not calling on anything on anybody, you know. But do not be surprised if the Magnitsky Act don't play in all of this. Make it clear. I am not calling down anything on anybody. Not the type of person. But do not be surprised if the Magnitsky Act is not into this. And if the Prime Minister has a charity organization, and the charity organization, he took money from that charity organization to buy some bond or something of the sort, and people from the United States send money to that charity organization, the Prime Minister is in trouble. You cannot use a charity organization to gain personal wealth for your own self. I'm not here to cast anything on the PM or bring the PM down. The rule of law must prevail. If it was any other Jamaican citizen, any other, would have gone to prison. Cannot. As a people, we need to wake up in this country. And for those who are jumping up and down and saying that we're standing behind the Prime Minister, you people don't love this country. We can stand behind the PM, yes. What goes for the Prime Minister, what goes for the people who live below Crossroad, should go to the Prime Minister of Jamaica. It can't be two Jamaica. But of course, as a good friend of mine keep on reminding me, there is two Jamaica. One for the dirty foot trousers boy who live below Crossroad, and one for the jacket and tie who lives up in Cherry Garden up at St. Andrew. But until we, as Jamaicans, take our head out of the political system in this country and think about our Jamaicans, a lot of people don't understand that, you know. That Jamaica, let me cut something, let me go something here. Let me go past something here. For those who are on this channel here, who has no cabezo, go and get a copy of the Charter of Fundamental Rights. Let somebody read it to you, if you can't read. Since you know so much, go and get a copy of the Charter of Fundamental Rights from our Constitution that give every one of us the power of freedom of speech, the power of free assembly. We have a right to speak. Let me make it clear. If the People's National Party should gain state power tomorrow morning, and this is going on, I will come on this platform and speak too. We have a right to speak, whether we like it, yes or no. The Constitution of Jamaica gives us that right to speak. If you don't want me to talk about your brogad, who is my prime minister, then come up on my platform. Or somewhere else. Because neither you nor your prime minister, who is my prime minister, are going to stop me from speak. You all have a smartphone. Google the Charter of Fundamental Rights and Freedom. Google it. The sun is coming out, Andrea. The sun is coming out where I am in Florida right now. Sun is coming out, so let's hope and pray that the sun come out for a long time. You come on this platform and talking all sort of damn nonsense. So we must hug up the level of corruption in this country. We must hug up the level of nepotism and level of cronyism in this country and say nothing about it. Because what? Our party is in power. And I lied Integrity Commission telling on the Prime Minister. Someone who can't damn read and write when they're talking some nonsense. Someone who can read, refuse to read the Integrity Commission report and pick sense out of nonsense. Because you know have some people on social media who never read the damn report and come out here chatting that kind of damn nonsense. This is with me. What I don't understand, I ask questions. And I love to go over to Leon Jackson Miller's YouTube channel and get some knowledge from her because she's an attorney at law. She's a journalist. An attorney at law. And I get it from her. I listen to what she's saying. One moment for me, please. Yes. The problem we face in our country stems from we the people, because we hug up corruption and nepotism and cronyism too much. Nobody in our party can be wrong. Whether it be PNP or JLP, nobody in our party can be wrong because our party, a Michael Manley party, and we dead a comrade, a Edward Siaga party, we dead a labor right. What about the country? What about the country? We have no time for the country. We have no time for the future of our children, but we have time to come on here and cuss at Jeffrey Tavares, and Wilfred Rattigan, and Wayne Lonesome, Isaac Buchanan, and others. We don't have no time to think about the piece of rock in the Caribbean Sea that is hemorrhaging from inside. Hemorrhaging with the level of corruption. Jamaica is ranked as the most corrupt country in the Caribbean. But let me say this afternoon or this morning as I leave. As I leave this platform for now, I'm coming back on this evening with an exciting episode again. As I leave this platform, I want to say thanks to Dean Jackson Miller. I've always looked up to this lady in journalism field. I listen to her and I pick sense out of nonsense. She take the time out to come on her channel and explain it to us. And I decided to take a copy of what she's saying and put it up. But I want to leave this platform here to show the Jamaican people that the laws must prevail. The laws in New York prevail because the laws in New York work for the people of New York. The laws in America work for the people of America, but the laws in Jamaica don't work for the people of Jamaica. In what way was Dan Jackson Miller defending the Prime Minister? Uno must make sense out of nonsense, you know? Uno must speak sense out of nonsense. Read and listen. Read and have understanding. Listen with understanding. So you're saying to me because she is defending the Prime Minister, she's not a Jamaican? In what way was she defending the Prime Minister? Mayor Eric Adams is no different from the normal American citizen who don't have anywhere to live. So why should the Prime Minister of Jamaica different from the people who live below Crossroad? Huh? Why should the Prime Minister of Jamaica be different from the Jamaicans who don't have anywhere to live in our country? As I end this program this afternoon, I want you all to understand something here. That if we don't change our mind thinking in this country, when a Jeffrey Tavares is all long and gone, the level of corruption will continue in this country. If we do not stand up what is going on in this country. I want you to listen to what happened in New York, where Mayor Adams is facing an indictment, or he has an indictment on him, and he refused to step down. What he doesn't understand, I'm not taking any calls today. I'm going to talk to my good friend after I come off, because I can't take any call today. You know what? Let me just take this call here. One moment, please. This call here, because I didn't plan to take any call today, but I'm going to just take this call.
And how are you?
Good morning, my dear. I didn't plan to take any call today, but go ahead.
All right, all right. And if you're not taking none,
Go ahead, man. Go ahead. You're live on air.
You keep on saying this afternoon, and afternoon yet. Afternoon is by you there?
Lord have mercy, me going morning now. You sound
No,
like Moti.
sir.
You sound like Moti.
Yeah, I understand. One set of money just I go in a one day from 3 to 3 account. One money, Jeffrey, go from one account till it go through 3 account.
Yes.
Me not understand. Cause you say to me never go to school and me done so me not know maths and what have you. But what I'm saying, the people them keep on saying the Prime Minister not thief no money and what have you. Nobody says that. We are not saying that. All we are saying, right? Tell us how you come by it.
I tell you something.
Jeffrey, if I mean it.
I tell you something. It's because, and I don't care who want to come back on my platform or don't want to come back on my platform, you know. We have some people who do not read and understand nothing, you know. They listen to hearsay. Hearsay. That's what they listen to. Anyway, so you have to say, I have to run. So what you have to say, I have to run. Go ahead.
Jeffrey, if I didn't have that the amount of money in a one account, the bank would have want to know how me come by it.
But not only that. How can you open a bank account without any money?
Exactly. But Jeffrey, me not understand. Me not lie, me not understand. I don't understand. And right now, them have meetings, and then right to me, it look like them want to get rid of the commissioner, because try to get rid of in they come. Them say man for it, you know. But whenever time they put up this committee, right, and the people them are investigate them, that's the time they want to destroy it.
My take on it is this. No government, whether the PNP in power, the JLP in power, should not be the ones who is putting up these groups or these commissions. It should be an independent commission put up by the people of this country, not by them.
Of course. I could more than one time and they put up the commissioner when the saga go on down at Tivoli.
All
That
right.
I did just down there asleep. Jesus Christ, no, sir, me sick. Me tell you, me sick of them. Me sick of them, Jeffrey.
Are you tired?
Anyway,
All right.
I'm
Listen,
tired. You come more, yeah, man.
thank you. Bye. I'm not taking any call, no more calls. I have to run. You see, let's go back to Mayor Adams. Then I'm going to say my final piece and say good afternoon to everybody. Or good morning, rather, to everybody. Why am I saying afternoon? I want you to listen to what happened in New York with Mayor Adams. Listen to this. Let me make this disclaimer. The video I'm going to play, the Make We Talk program don't have any copyrights to this. We don't own the copyrights to this. Listen to this.
I always knew that if I stood my ground for all of you, that I would be a target. And a target I became.
Now at 11, breaking news. Eric Adams defiant as he's set to become the first ever sitting New York City mayor to face a criminal prosecution. Good evening. I'm Natalie Pasquarella.
And I'm David Ushery. After months of search warrants, phone seizures, and subpoenas served at the highest levels of New York City government, sources tell News 4 that Mayor Eric Adams will face federal charges tomorrow.
And even though clouds of suspicion and intrigue have really been swirling around City Hall, truly is a stunning development for the one-time NYPD captain who rose through the ranks of elected office.
We've had team coverage on this story from the very start, and we'll begin tonight with our chief investigative reporter, Jonathan Dees. Jonathan.
David, Natalie, Mayor Adams says he will fight the federal criminal charges expected to be announced as soon as tomorrow against him. Two sources familiar with the matter say the charges could be announced by midday. Adams for months has denied wrongdoing amid numerous ongoing criminal investigations surrounding City Hall. Mayor Eric Adams set to become the first New York City mayor to face federal criminal charges as soon as tomorrow, according to two sources familiar with the matter. Details of the expected criminal counts not yet known, but the mayor and his administration have been under scrutiny amid several ongoing criminal investigations. Among them, a campaign finance investigation where questions have swirled if the mayor's past campaign took foreign money from individuals in Turkey and whether the mayor had played any role in that matter. The mayor has repeatedly denied any wrongdoing and issued a statement.
My fellow New Yorkers, it is now my belief that the federal government intends to charge me with crimes. If so, these charges will be entirely false, based on lies.
As for the expected criminal charges, a spokesman for U.S. Attorney Damian Williams declined to comment. Spokespeople for the FBI and the city's Department of Investigation also did not comment. In recent days, questions grew as to whether charges might come this week, with the mayor's criminal defense lawyers not responding to questions whether they had recently tried to talk the Justice Department out of moving forward with any criminal charges. On the federal court docket, there are 7 sealed indictments listed as being handed up on Wednesday. All day, reporters were asking which, if any of these, might touch upon the Adams administration. The criminal charges not yet public, and to date, no one else has been accused of any wrongdoing.
I have been facing these lies for months.
The expected charges against Adams come amid questions about possible improper overseas fundraising, as well as 5 other investigations surrounding City Hall and the NYPD. Those include questions of how contracts may have been awarded by some of Adams' City Hall aides who deny any wrongdoing, the NYPD and any special treatment regarding nightlife enforcement under the previous NYPD commissioner, the FBI search of mayoral aide Winnie Greco's home and possible fundraising questions. She has not returned requests for comment. A federal subpoena of a Brooklyn church looking into possible business deals between a Monsignor and the mayor's former chief of staff. Both men deny any wrongdoing. And the recent FBI search of the new interim NYPD commissioner to see if he improperly held on to classified documents from his job with the FBI from 20 years ago. Commissioner Tom Donlin denies wrongdoing. As for the mayor, he was defiant while also asking for support.
You elected me to lead this city, and lead it I will. I humbly ask for your prayers and your patience as we see this through.
No word when Mayor Adams might have to appear in federal court on any charges. We are expecting a news conference from the feds tomorrow, but so far, the U.S. Attorney, the FBI, and DOI officials not saying if or when they plan to officially detail the expected charges against the mayor. David and Natalie.
John, truly historic developments coming out tonight. I know you've been covering this. Let's talk a little bit about the potential connections to the Turkish government. I know there's been a lot of interest with that. It started last fall. They talked about this investigation beginning. What can you tell us more on that note?
All right, well, the questions are about donations from individuals in Turkey. You're not allowed to raise money from foreign donors. And that is the question. And among other questions is, did the mayor receive any gifts or upgrades on airfare, on hotels, or anything else during his travels or interactions? The mayor has always denied any wrongdoing. But again, that is probably just a tip of the iceberg of that type of investigation. Because again, a lot of these investigations are done in secret. Often it involves wiretaps. And we expect to learn more if and when court papers and or that press conference takes place tomorrow.
Jonathan, the mayor released a statement tonight. He's defiant. It looked pretty produced and stately. Earlier today, he stood with the school's chancellor who's resigning. And the chancellor said this has nothing to do with the current events. But what do we know about the mayor and his legal team possibly having a heads up or knowing that this was coming as soon as tomorrow?
All right. Well, all week we've been trying to reach his defense attorneys, and we asked at City Hall, my colleague Melissa Russo asked the mayor point blank, have your defense attorneys gone into the Justice Department and made that last minute appeal? Here's why you should not charge him. Here's why the mayor is innocent. Again, they did not comment, but our understanding is those kinds of meetings did take place in recent weeks. And apparently the U.S. Attorney and the Justice Department have decided to move forward.
Jonathan Deist, our chief investigator, report.
There you have it. The mayor of New York City is not above the law. The mayor of New York is not above the law. Somebody wrote something in the chat room here. Good morning, Jeffrey. My question is, are these documents or report being reviewed by the people of Jamaica? These are some serious allegations. Allegations about what? You want a copy of the report, Mr. Thompson? I have the report. The Integrity Commission refused to give the Jamaican people a copy of a forensic audit, the audit from the United States to come and audit the Prime Minister. So we are questioning why didn't give that report too. Anyway, thank you all for coming on. Thank you all for being a part of this program. May God bless you. May God bless our island home, Jamaica, land we love. Join us this afternoon for another exciting episode of the Make We Talk program. Thank you very much, Andrea, for coming on. Thank you all. Good afternoon. Good morning, everyone. The Prime Minister of Jamaica, and other Prime Ministers, you are not above the law. You are not above the law of Jamaica. Good morning. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to the Make We Talk Jeffrey Tavares YouTube channel. Have a great afternoon. Great.
When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, make we talk, my people, make we talk. When this town becomes an ugly place, don't let it erase the smile from your face. Make we talk, people, make we talk. Conversation is the key, a guiding light for you and me. Spark a talk and you will see. Conflict solver A to Z. World leaders master the art of self-defense just by talk. So people, make we talk. Hey, we're living in a world that on ourselves we must depend. Make we talk.